Wait, you're a Bears fan and you're not subscribed to my channel? Before this video starts, make sure to 1. Hit the subscribe button below to catch all Bears content right here on this podcast. 2. Hit the bell notification because you, my friend, are a diehard Bears fan. And 3. Like this video and tell all the Bears fans you know about the channel. Alright, that's better. Now that you're actually subscribed to the channel, make sure to bear down and enjoy this video.
You're listening to Keek on the Mic. Keek on the Mic. A podcast all about the Chicago Bears. This podcast starts right now. Keek on the Mic.
Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. Before I get this episode started, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on my Instagram page at Keek on the Mic, and make sure you share this episode with all the Bears fans that you know. So things in Chicago may get a little bit wild. According to a massive rumor, if the Chicago Bears franchise tag Allen Robinson, there could possibly be some drama. So as all of you guys know by now, teams can finally use the franchise tag on their players. And everyone's been knowing this for weeks. All Bears fans know this. At this point, it seems like a no-brainer that the Chicago Bears will most definitely use the franchise tag on Allen Robinson, which is smart. The thing that we don't know is if Allen Robinson will actually be a Chicago Bear next year, or if we would just franchise tag him and then decide to trade him for more draft capital. A little note that I have written down here before I get deeper into this video is that if we decided to franchise tag Allen Robinson, it would cost us around $18 million. Obviously, Allen Robinson and his camp is looking for $20 million a year. Some Bears fans thinks he deserves it, and some Bears fans say, you know what, just let him go. He doesn't deserve it. I'm one of those Bears fans that thinks, yeah, he probably does deserve $20 million. So that's not the point. The point is that there's a huge, massive rumor going around saying that if the Bears decide to use a franchise tag, that there could be drama with Allen Robinson. So according to ESPN's Jeff Darlington, this is what he had to say about the Allen Robinson situation with the Chicago Bears. Allen Robinson with the Bears is the one, to me, that has the most intrigue in terms of the potential for fireworks. Robinson has been a good soldier. Last year was very frustrating he didn't get his contract done, but ultimately had another successful season. If they tag him, I just don't see him playing under the tag. This little piece right here is interesting because this is the question we wanted to know. Would Allen Robinson be willing to play under the franchise tag? Would that lead, if he doesn't want to play under the franchise tag, would that lead into us trading him for more draft capitals? These are all questions that we're really about to find out here pretty soon. So this situation for me, this could get really, really messy. And it's frustrating because we all know that Ryan Pace should have had a deal done a long time ago, but unfortunately, that's the past. We have to look at the future now, and unfortunately, he didn't get it done, and the Chicago Bears may pay the consequences and lose their number one wide receiver. So here's another little point that I written down. Last week, in an interview with Tyler Dunne, Robinson did say that requesting a trade from the Bears was an option if Bears decide to use a franchise tag on him. So there's a little bit more information. I don't blame him. I don't think anybody wants to play on the franchise tag, but at the same time, like I said, the franchise tag is $18 million for him. So that would only be $2 million off of what he's actually asking for. Maybe if he signs the franchise tag, it gives the Chicago Bears a little bit more time, hopefully, to sign him to a long-term extension, which I think if we don't decide to trade him, if we franchise tag him, that would be the plan, to sign our number one wide receiver to a long-term extension. He also mentioned this. The Bears and him have hit a fork in the road. So obviously they tried to work out a contract extension. They hit a wall. They stopped talking about the extension. He played the whole season last year without figuring out the contract situation, and it has led to a fork in the road, according to Allen Robinson. At this point, we know how we all feel about Allen Robinson. You guys know how I feel about him, and I know how you Bears fans feel about Allen Robinson. I want him back. He is our number one wide receiver. He is super, super important to the Chicago Bears offense. And for the Bears fans that are saying that they want to see the Chicago Bears win right now, well, let me break it to you. You're going to need Allen Robinson back on the Chicago Bears offense if you want to try to win now. So let me ask you guys this. What do you guys think is going to happen to Allen Robinson? Will he be a Bear next season or not? Do you think he'll get the franchise tag? If he does get the franchise tag, do you think we are just going to trade him, or will he be on the Bears roster next season? So let me know down in the comment section down below how you feel about the Allen Robinson situation. I love interacting with all you Bears fans. I know you guys show me so much support, so make sure you continue to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast, including the Allen Robinson situation. Make sure you follow me on my Instagram page at Keek on the Mic, and don't forget to share this podcast with all the Bears fans that you know. Other than that, I'll catch you guys for an all-new video right here on Keek on the Mic. Thanks, guys.
This is a podcast all about Bears. You either cheering for this team or just pulling your hair. I like to take a minute, just sit right back and tell you how I became the number one Bears fan. That boy's Benny Hunter. Keek on the mic, Keek on the mic, Keek on the mic, Keek on the mic. People, that's the intro. Sacramento, California, born and raised. And Antelope is where I spend most of my days. Talk bad about my team, you must be a clown. This is Keek on the mic, so you know you better bear down. Bear down.